credit score, free credit monitoring, and tips to improve your score. You can even get a no-fee debit card through them that rewards you with cash when your score goes up.
I wish for credit sesame.
Whoa, get your free credit score today.
Currently in our area, 39 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, overcast, high 40, winds west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy, low 32, winds light and variable. Friday, considerable cloudiness, high 52, winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Climate change is uncovering ground that has never been seen before.
Probably the largest untapped gold reserve in the entire world.
The awesome thing about Greenland is gold can be anywhere. We all gave up so much to come here. This is more dangerous than I thought it would be.
We got trouble.
We're running out of time, man.
I don't believe you have what it takes to even be out here. If gold was easy to find, everybody would do it.
Get the gold, dude.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Taking a live look at Kansas City. Look at the sunny skies. Beautiful, right? Temperature today in the 60s. It's December. 60s for real? It's been amazing how warm the season has been in a lot of different places. Kansas City, you're just one of them, right? But you will not be alone. There's a lot of heat across the country. Ignore the storms. We talked about those already. We've got severe weather coming. We have winter weather coming. We've got a ton of heat coming. There's Kansas City. There's Chicago. Both locations are going to see temperatures really climb, and you're not alone. Not by a long shot, that's for sure. Take a look at some of the numbers that we'll see. Today, 124 million of us will expect temperatures above average. Look at tomorrow's forecast, 217 million of us will see temperatures above average. A lot of us in the east now end up getting in on some pretty intense heat. Take a look at the numbers that we'll see today. Highs could be 15 to 25 degrees above average. Really focused down in a place like Texas, but really extends all the way up into Missouri, maybe even portions of Illinois. Texas in particular, look at some of the potential record highs that we will hit today. Dallas, 83. Old record is 79. Wow. Oklahoma City at 74. 68 degrees for us in Wichita this afternoon. A lot of that heat spreading into the Midwest, the Northeast, the Southeast as we go into tomorrow. What a way to end the work week, huh? A lot of heat, Texas to Florida, up into the Midwest, including Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. We end up getting some pretty intense heat. 81 in Dallas tomorrow. We'll do 80 in San Antonio. Tulsa at 76, Nashville 70, and in Jacksonville we'll do 78 degrees. We'll tie a record high tomorrow in a place like New Orleans being in the low 80s. Look at the color contours on this map, where you've got the warm southerly air that's highlighted in red, where you have the cold northerly air that's highlighted in blue. The jet stream is dividing that air right now, so the stormy weather will be to the north and the cold weather will be there. The rainy stormy weather will be to the south, but temperatures could be, for many of you, even into the 70s. So ahead to the front, this is where you'll see all these records that extend all the way up the eastern seaboard here from Florida to North Carolina to Jersey, all the way up to western New York, by the way. Places like Buffalo could be setting records. Jacksonville, 81 degrees on Saturday. Let's start the weekend in Augusta at 77 in Raleigh. We'll be in the mid-70s up into New York. Temperatures that will be record-setting into the mid, maybe upper 60s. It's just really insane. Through Saturday, over 80 different potential record highs could be set across a large piece of real estate here. Again, Texas to New York to Florida. Really wild to see the reach of all this. And if you take a look at the forecast over the next week, likely above average across at least the eastern two-thirds of the country. So the heat looks like it's here to stay, Alex.
Absolutely. Well, the consequences of this year's searing drought are being felt on farms and ranches that rely on the Colorado River. We talked with ranchers who are having to go to extreme efforts to keep their businesses going.
Water touches everything here in Colorado, and it affects
winter here in Molina, Colorado. My family's been here for well over 100 years. The exceptional drought we've had the last 2 years has been really tough. We've had 2 years in a row with far below normal precipitation. That has really limited the amount of water that we've had to irrigate with. We are totally dependent here on irrigation to raise crops. It's forced me to buy a lot of feed, hay from outside the area. Normally, most years we would have from 6 inches to 2 or 3 feet snow on the ground until 1st April or so. We are very dependent on the winter snowpack. Our normal annual precipitation would be about 18 inches a year. Last year we probably had half that. On the mountain around us, some of those areas would normally get as much as 50, 60 inches of snow. That snowpack just has not been there the last 2 years. This drought up here has limited that water availability in big cities like Las Vegas and Phoenix and Los Angeles and San Diego. If we don't have that snowpack, well, that water is available down the river. You know, people are always going to have to eat, and we're going to have to continue to get more efficient.
Well, still to come on Weather Underground, we are tracking Winter Storm Atticus. We're going to break down the timing for you, let you know when that stretch of snow from the plains to the upper Midwest is going to make its way into your town and how much you'll see. And, of course, 'tis the season for all those holiday events. Maybe you're going to go to Longwood Gardens outside Philly for a Longwood Christmas. There in Kennett Square, rain showers likely on Saturday, but Sunday looking good. Temps near 50 with a mix of sun and clouds. Another spot, the Holiday Light Show at the Bronx Zoo. Gotta watch for the showers also on Saturday, but looking good. Chilly today, 48 on Friday, highs back to the upper 40s, and dry on Sunday. How about the New York Botanical Gardens NYBG glow through this evening? Cloudy and dry.
At Southern New Hampshire University,
There are a few places you hear and you just think winter. Park City, Utah for me, one of them. And living up to that wintry look at Silver Star Ski Resort.
It's great. I mean, it's really, really pretty. When you get a fresh snow like this are live images, by the way. It is so, I don't know what the word is. I feel like magical is not quite the right word, but it's just like
Peaceful?
peaceful,
Yeah,
soothing.
quiet.
It's just amazing. Maybe majestic more than magical.
It's like, like waterfalls, fresh snow, they all kind of check that box.
They
like
do.
just making you chill for a minute.
Yeah.
And if there's ever a time of year where I think we all could use to chill, it's like what? Mall, your order's lost in the mail. You gotta make cookies for the kids' class. Oh, your in-laws are coming. Oh, this is happening.
Have you been spying on my house?
Yeah. I think we're all doing the exact same thing too. Yeah, I sent a package to a friend and I definitely wrote the zip code wrong, so I spent all morning also trying to find it. And I think we're gonna find it.
We did a couple Christmas cards where you licked the envelope and forgot to put the card in.
Yeah.
There are all these. The holiday hijinks happen. They just do. We hope the weather hijinks don't happen for you because we're going to here to inform you about what's going on with Winter Storm Atticus. It's got a pretty good footprint to it.
Absolutely. So pour yourself some eggnog and listen in. We're going to get you covered at least on the weather front. We are on till 4 o'clock Eastern. Then we've got Storm Center with Chris Warren, with Jackie Jarrett, with Tevin Rubin. They'll be with you from 4 to 8 Eastern time, breaking down everything you need to know about Atticus and everything else out there in the world of weather.
Atticus. Here we go. Now, parts of northern Utah getting coated with snow. This in Ogden, Utah. This at the campus here at Weaver State. Now, notice here that we've got a bit of a mess. I mean, the parking lot's slushy. The cars are snow covered. You're going to be using the snow brush, remote start to get the car warmed up before you get out there. But snow showers are going to stick around for most of the day. That everything's moving from, let's say, the Wasatch and the Rockies and the Plains.
Advisories, winter storm warnings are posted across sections of the West through tomorrow. So here we have met criteria for winter storm warnings, and we're really picking up in some areas feet of snow. How about 18 to 24 inches across some of the higher peaks into western Colorado. Plenty of areas there in western Colorado in that 12 to 18 inch territory. Through Utah, 5 to 8, 8 to 12 inches common. So decent and respectable snowfall coming from Winter Storm Atticus. This is our first named storm of the season. Very late for us to wait until almost mid-December. We're early to mid-December. It's the 9th. We are just naming our first winter storm today. So that has been the latest it's ever happened. Right now, the snow falling and already across parts of the Intermountain West, getting into the Four Corners region. That's really what we'll be watching for a lot of the accumulations. We've got rain into California. They love to see it. Not going to be huge amounts, but again, every little bit counts at this point. So an inch or less likely in some of these 7 California spots. Grand Junction right now, you have some rain. It's a cold rain, though, with temps in the upper 30s, 33 in Salt Lake City with snow showers, and Cedar City, you win my misery forecast for right now. 40 degrees, wavering between 39 and 40. It's windy, and it's raining. That's uncomfortable. We look at how this is going to shape up as we move through the remainder of today. Again, Four Corners region getting a good amount of precip into parts of Wyoming as well. That'll be a spot to watch overnight into tomorrow. And then we get Nebraska. We get South Dakota in the mix and parts of the Midwest. So everybody begins to see. I'd rather snow than 40 degrees rain.
That is
and
pretty
wind.
miserable. That is pretty miserable. But the snow is coming, and it's coming in bucketfuls for a lot of places. So are you ready for this? Our first shovelable, plowable snow. And for some of you, could schools even be canceled as a result? We'll see. Winter storm warnings in the dark blue does include the Twin Cities now. Sioux Falls is in that. We're on the edge there in La Crosse. And then eventually we're going to get that snow that goes over toward Green Bay and then Marquette, Michigan. But here we go. Through the remainder of the day, things really start to get going for us here. Overnight tonight in places like the Colorado Rockies, up into Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, stretching into the Midwest. Going through tomorrow afternoon, a pretty healthy amount of snow likely to fall between Minneapolis and Sioux Falls. I think half a foot is pretty likely for a lot of places here. Minneapolis, especially the south side of town, I think you get more than the north side does, but ultimately, that's a pretty good snow right there. And we'll see exactly where this band rated here wants to set up, but 8 to 12 is possible across portions of Minnesota and then into Wisconsin. But a 5 to 8 incher is definitely going to be shoveling plowable snow here. But right now, we're thinking of Mankato, Rochester, Eau Claire is an area for